This is Bloomberg West. I'm Emily Chang. The home decor flash sale site One Kings Lane has just launched a new wing, Vintage and Market Finds, offering high-end vintage products. The new section went live yesterday, and it's already making up about 20% of daily sales. Joining us now for more on this is One Kings Lane CEO Doug Mack. And Doug, as you know, I'm a customer as well, so yes. I speak to you as a journalist and a customer. This is really exciting because vintage goods are more difficult to find. What was your inspiration for doing this? It's
really interesting. Our tradition, as you know, as a customer, has been with new products, launching daily sales of great branded products and changing the shelves each day, carefully curating and giving tremendous value. But about 2 years ago, we launched a new franchise that we called Tastemaker Tag Sales, where we worked with major renowned interior designers like Michael Smith, who did the White House, or Martin Lawrence Bullard, who's the decorator to the stars. And we began to see this great craving in our member base for vintage product. And so as this all unfolded, we realized we need to do this at a really big scale where we could have lots of products at varying price points, varying styles. And on the vendor end, we had so many people calling us to say, how do we get in front of your audience? So kind of the two came together, and we decided we needed a new marketplace format in order to really meet this huge void in the vintage market.
Now, one of the things I love about this new wing is that you can search by category. So if you're looking for rugs, you can look at just rugs, and that hasn't been available on the site before. Why not implement a feature like that for the entire site?
It's a great question, and I'm glad you noticed that. It's the first time we've gotten into what we call directed shopping, which is if you come to Vintage and Market Finds, there's 9 categories: art, vintage books, furniture, rugs, lighting, etc. Our core site has largely been about serendipity, where we feel that in traditional e-commerce, it's largely been for the hunter who wants to use the search engine through millions of products. The core One Kings Lane branded experience has been about that. I don't know what I'm in market for, but I want to have this daily treasure hunt, and I might find something that excites me. So we're kind of blending the two now, of the serendipity of the treasure hunt, but also in Vintage and Market Finds, we're beginning to experiment with that notion of directed shopping. And if that goes well, we'll obviously flow it back to our core business as well.
Now, since you and I last talked, this whole flash sale home decor business has exploded. There have been other sites like Fab and Gilt Home and Rue La La that are also taking off. How has that changed the competitive landscape for you, and especially, changed how difficult it is to find these great things and sell them?
It's really interesting. It is incredibly, it's a source of pride for me and our founders, Ali Pincus and Susan Feldman, that we got this business off the ground. We were the first to have the vision that flash sales would work in the home market, and many others have tried to copy. What has basically happened, though, is we're the only company who's really focused on the home. We built a trusted brand with consumers. All of the companies you've mentioned are in tons of categories. We kind of say everything from T-shirts to turkey dinners. And the consumer on the web, everything is one click away, and I think consumers can easily see that our dedication to the home is much stronger. So I think on the web, focus wins at the end of the day.
Some of the things you have are quite high end. I think it goes up to $25,000 for something. In some cases, there's one photograph. It's not returnable. Is that something that you're thinking of changes, or is that's what you get if you're going to buy from a flash sale site? You only get one shot.
Actually, one thing we are very focused on is appealing to all life stages, whether you're in an apartment, your first home, your dream home, or beyond. And we have products every day on the site that are less than $50. Our average purchase on the site is only around $200. Vintage and Market Finds might be a few $100s more. So we have some of these collector pieces. Yesterday, we sold a Renoir, and that was a much higher price point to somebody who's a collector. But the vast majority of our sales are to the mainstream market looking for really tremendous values on home products.
And just quickly, you got 4 million members now. You're expecting more than $200 million in revenue this year. Profitability, what's that looking like for you?
Yeah, we're really on a blistering growth path, and in adding Vintage and Market Finds in this new marketplace concept, we think the trajectory will even steepen at this point. We are in invest mode. We are acquiring a lot of new members. We are serving them incredibly well. Our time frame for profitability is the next year or two.
All right, Doug Mack, CEO of One Kings Lane. I will be back there checking it out this weekend. I'm sure, the new market and vintage site.